Rained earlier, but it is nice and sunny now on this Saturday, August, what, 3rd, I think? There's little Theo. Oh yeah, he's eating it up. It's time to munch. He's good to go. He's got fresh water. He's got sunshine. He is going to be a happy tortoise out here today. What's up, guys? Just got done watching the UFC fights this Saturday. They were on all day, so I didn't do a video today, but Lawler really did not come out to fight, and that sucks. That's my boy. That's who I wanted to win, but anyway, he didn't. He actually didn't even come to fight. So anyway, one thing we're going to do today is we're gonna leave Theo the tortoise outside tonight. It's not supposed to rain much. It's a beautiful, obviously beautiful day, beautiful night, so no big deal. What you eating?
Boiled egg and orange.
A boiled egg and an orange.
Uh-oh.
Go on. Get. You know. Don't be in the grass. You got all that wild stuff over there. Get over there, or else I'm putting you back in your pen. You're a nice looking chicken. So I'll keep the regular cage I put on during the day and the screen for the sun. I put that on just to protect him while he's out here, but at night different things roam around, so we're going to be a little bit more secure. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, I think tightly molding that around the top is going to really keep it secure enough, but I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to put some landscape blocks around it. Okay, so there you go. Theo is going to sleep under the stars. Good deal. We have a visitor in our front yard. Look at that guy.
What visitor?
What do you think? What kind is it? It's a white heron. White heron.
It's like an ostrich but smaller. It's like an ostrich but smaller.
Like an ostrich but smaller, huh? Hello ladies, would you like some breakfast? Got some lettuce. And a little bit of bread, because they love bread. You too, Molly. And now I'll just grab some food, and I like to just broadcast it on the ground for them to just peck at. Gecko. Just some organic feed. I just shoot it across. And they're organic grains. Yeah, and I just broadcast it across the ground, so now they can just pick at it, eat what they want. Time to fill up the water. Okay, so now that the chickens are nice and watered and fed and ready to go, I fed Theo. I left him outside last night. He did wonderfully. He slept. So he's eating out front now, and fed the dogs, of course, fed little Tyler, so everyone is nice and fed. Now today's video, we are going to be back there by the bananas, and we're going to be feeding them as well. I'll show you what I feed when they start flowering, and we also need to do some maintenance in the banana patch. So that'll be the first thing we do, the banana patch. Let's feed and maintenance it. Alright guys, so let's talk bananas for a minute. First thing, did you know bananas are not like a bush, or they're not a tree? They're actually a gigantic herb. The stems of the banana plants are actually leaf stems all wrapped together, compressed. When we cut one down today, we'll take a look at it and see how it looks on the inside. It's pretty interesting, that core. But banana plants are perennials. They will continue to grow pups out of the main root zone, the mother root zone. So years ago when I planted these, there was only one little plant per section. Yeah, so as you can see here, this used to be one banana plant, a little pup that I took off of my neighbor's section of bananas. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 big adults, and 1, 2, 3, 4 baby pups. This is all off of one root zone. So it spreads kind of like an herb, right? Trees don't really spread like that, but herbs do. So real quick, the life cycle of a banana plant, obviously it varies on the temperature, how much sun it's getting, but for me it seems like they're around a 9-month kind of situation. They start out as pups out of the mother root zone, they grow up, they start blowing up with all these big leaves, and then eventually a flower comes out and it forms the fruit. I'm around a 9-month probably cycle, but it could be anywhere up to 15 months. So these are my big banana plants. I don't even remember what kind they are. I'd have to ask my neighbor, he probably knows. So yeah, they grow up really nice and big. I love these types. And they have the flower come out. This one has one, but it didn't form bananas. It didn't really get pollinated or fertilized enough. I'm not sure, but as you can see here, here's the little flower stalk on it. Never produced bananas. So what that means is that plant is done. That plant is dead. So after they form their bunch of bananas and you harvest, you cut down that plant. What I do is I lay it right in the bed and I let it just feed the ground around it. Let me show you another plant that has some bananas on it right now. It's one of my dwarf Cavendish, I think, Cavendish, whatever they're called. You could buy them at the big box stores. These I planted years ago, and this is my first set of bananas off of this particular plant. So let's take a look. All right, so there you go, a little stand of bananas. Now they're not done yet because you still see a lot of edges on the skin. As they fill out, those ridges will go away. But it's just a little batch. I already cut the flower off to keep the energy flowing right to the bananas. And look at these impressive leaves. And that's what I'm saying about the stems of these things. They're all compressed leaf stems. So it's pretty amazing, these plants. So after this dies, or after I harvest those bananas, this plant gets cut down. But I think there's a pup in the wings. Let's take a look. Can you see the little pup? It's just a baby right there. This is the one that has bananas on it. This is the one we will harvest, cut down, and then this pup right there will be the next generation. And also this plant, when it eventually has its flower and bears fruit and dies and gets cut away, there's the other one right there, waiting to take its turn. It's just, they recycle themselves. It's an amazing thing. This dwarf one has some awesome leaves on it. Hopefully it'll start producing a flower soon. Really nice. And then here's one of the pups down here. That thing just like got really big but stayed super short. So I don't know what's up with that thing. And then as you can see back there, there's another pup in the wings waiting to go. I literally just saw this when I came around this way looking at this banana plant. Here is another flower that just bloomed. Look at that. Isn't that cool? This thing has some massive leaves on it. Let's kind of zoom in over by the bananas themselves. Look at the little bananas coming out. And it's awesome because when each leaf peels up, there's bananas underneath it. So that leaf peeled up, here's some bananas. This one's gonna peel up, there's bananas. Very cool. So yeah, we're getting a lot of flowers right now. That's awesome. So that's what leads us to what we're doing today in here. We are gonna fertilize. Oh, you know what? Let me just show you one more thing I saw. There's another little pup coming up on this one. So we definitely have some action happening around here. We're going to fertilize today with a high potassium fertilizer that is really good for when the flowering starts on these plants. They want a lot of potassium. So as far as fertilizing these plants, guys, I really don't go out and buy a lot of granular fertilizer, but today we are using a granular fertilizer with a high potassium and potash also. We're going to put them right around the base of these plant systems and water it in and just give them a nice blast of potassium that they need to get these flowers really popping. And what you can do for fertilizing on a yearly schedule, some people say do high nitrogen during the growing season of the leaves, which I agree with. And then after they start flowering, like now, back off on the high nitrogen and go to the high potassium. I don't really fertilize these plants really ever in the sense of buying stuff. I throw leaves in there all the time. I throw some of my compost in there when I have extra. I throw in the banana peels. Did you know if you mix in your banana peels into the soil by your banana plants, they're high in potassium. So what's that going to do? That's going to feed that soil potassium. That's a good organic way of giving potassium into the patch. Also, you could do burn wood, and the ash from the wood after it burns is a high potassium. You could put some of that in your banana patch. So there's different ways to do it. I bought a granular. We're going to put it around the base and just give it a little bump. But like I said, I compost in there. I throw the banana plants that I do cut down, they stay in there and just feed the soil right back into it. It seems to be working great because I got tons of plants and tons of flowers now. So let's get in there. We have one to cut down, one of the big ones, because again, it formed the flower, no bananas really, so we're going to get it cut down and we'll take a closer look at it and then we'll lay it right into the banana patch. Man, Theo is chilling. He's got his back legs out, his front legs out. He's just pancaked onto that rock, relaxing. Looks comfy. Alright guys, so this is what I picked up over at Lowe's. It is the Sunnyland fertilizer for southern gardeners. This is the Bloom Special Fertilizer with a 2-10-10 NPK numbers. So, alright guys, so we're getting ready to get in the banana patch, get that one cut down, fertilize the other ones. Got a little helper with me today. Say hi.
Hi. Today we're going to go through this. We're going to come into here. Over this.
No, I'm going to just put you right over the fence. Ready? Let's get going.
Yeah, let's get some fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
Are you going to come with me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Be careful of the baby. Now just stand right there for a minute. Let me go grab the saw.
I found some.
What is it?
A little flower.
A little flower. Okay guys, no rocket science here. I'm just moving some of this top composting debris, mulch if you will, aside around the perimeter. And then I'm just going to layer in some of that fertilizer. The usage said a half a cup for every 3 foot high. So I'm going to do 4 cups around these because these guys I'm thinking are, I don't know, maybe 9, 10, 12 feet maybe.
Hey guys, look what I found. I found some that was inside a flower.
What'd you find?
Some that was inside the flower.
Oh, little flower pistils. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to get the fertilizing, alright?
Okay.
What are you going to do?
I'm just going to wait here. I'll just watch. And tell me if you need any help.
Okay. Well, keep digging the little trench all the way around by where you are.
Shell. Oh, I don't step on them.
Careful.
I'm moving. Oh, there's like thousands of mushrooms in.
Let your kids explore outside in nature. Keep them curious.
I did not see that. There's a spider on this.
Yeah?
Come here. It's huge. This thing is big. It lives inside a wall.
Oh, yeah. Flip it back around so it still has its home. There you go. Good job.
I just broke this and I did not see that.
Alright, so now we got to cut down that one. Okay, guys, so now me and Tyler, we're about to cut down that big one that already produced a flower but no bananas and died. So we're going to cut it down. We'll bring it out here and we'll look at the different sections of it, see how it looks. The fertilizer, like I said, I just used one bag, put it around sporadic spots around the base just to give them a little bump. But really, when I was in there digging around that compost that's in there, it looks really good, really fertile. So this is just a dessert, I guess, because the meat and potatoes are composting right in that patch itself. So anyway, let's cut down that one.
I've been finding a lot of insects. Like spiders aren't insects, but I found like one of those little millipede things in the ground. It's wrapped up.
So guess what?
And it's red. It's red shiny.
What happens after next week of daycare?
There's gonna be a lot of insects.
No, but what are you going to be doing next week? Not this week coming up, but next week. Tell everyone where you're going.
Kindergarten.
Starting kindergarten.
I got a new backpack, new shoes, and they're basketball shoes, and they're right inside. But right now I'm wearing my Nike shoes, my old shoes, and let's get to work.
All right, let's do it.
It's done.
Let's cut it.
You almost did that, baby. Oh, look at that.
There it is, guys. Got it cut down. We'll rip these leaves up and throw them in there. We'll cut up the core of this here in a minute so you can see how it looks. There was the little flower. Coming up the stem here, there should have been hands of bananas, but all there was these couple of little ones, and that's it. So now look at that. It opens up this whole area for this pup to really start growing. And let's go and look at the core of that thing.
Okay, so we cut that down, and now maybe I'll put this somewhere else so the spider can be living in nature. Maybe somewhere out here so it can.
Or I would just put it maybe right where it was, right
and
there.
And then put it in there because there's a whole big web over there. And right now we're just gonna look at Molly. Molly's just cutting that down. She thinks it's like a little.
No, you know what it is? Molly loves the way it tastes. Just look at how wet it is in there.
Oh,
look at the moisture. Can you see the moisture in there?
Yeah.
It's so moist and it smells delicious. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut up all the leaves and get it back into the banana patch. There you go. Keep going now.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
See? Okay. Good job. No. They go in the patch. Throw them in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go over here to the base of it. Let's cut a piece off so we can see inside it. Look at all the moisture just dripping out of it. Full of water. All the different layers in there. Oh, and it smells like sweet banana juice almost. It's an amazing smell. Hence, that's why Molly loves chewing on these things.
I need to show him some.
As you can see, it's just layers. Layers. The layers just keep coming off.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Look at that. You know what it smells like? Sugar cane. If you ever had sugar cane out in the field, that's what it smells like. Look, I ripped another section off. Look at this. Look at this. People use this. You can eat this stuff somehow. Boy, if I really was ready to mess with something like that, I would do it, but we'll wait.
Let me show them something. So
Yeah.
I peeled this skin off, and I seen they found like these. They look like little lines of a web, but they're long, and it's inside a leaf. So I don't think spiders would live in a leaf. So how would that imagine? Imagine if spiders live in leaves. Like if there was spiders who actually live in leaves. It's kind of hard to peel the skin off to see it. Tiny. And look, Daddy, I'm a baby caterpillar. It's inside of it. So these caterpillars, some really like living in leaves. But I found one that might be like living in leaves. You can just peel this off.
See what I mean about the stem? It is the leaf stems that are just combined. So here's the leaf. Look. Here's the stem of the leaf. See what I mean? It's a combination of these leaf stems that make the actual plant stem.
And this thing is part of a leaf, a banana leaf. So if you ever have a banana leaf and you break it down, you can rip the leaf and you can see that these look like bones. And it's really cool. You can find caterpillars, insects, and...
Alright, so there you go. We fertilized the bananas with some high P and K and low N for nitrogen. During the flowering and fruiting season, you want to do that. Throughout the year, you could just give it a regular 10-10-10 fertilizer if you'd like. What I do, like I say again, is I compost right inside there, so it gets fed quite naturally. As you can see, here's all the different remnants of the old plant, the old banana plant we just took down. We'll just leave that in there, piles up, it gets broken down by everything, and that's it, man. It'll feed itself as well. All the banana plants are looking really good, really growing well. Now I just want some bananas. That's the second one of these big ones that have flowered and the bananas did not produce. So I don't know what's up with that. We'll just keep letting it ride though. We'll see what happens with these next ones coming up. So there you have it, guys. That's the weekend already. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna just kind of edit this video, hang out, maybe have a few beers and get ready for Monday. I got laundry going, so I got other things going on. But I hope you enjoyed the banana patch visit. We fertilized. We talked a little about what the banana plant actually is, a giant herb. Kind of the life cycle, how you can feed it, different things. So hope you guys enjoyed that information, and we will see you next weekend.